we will continue our discussion on lecture 4, parametric representation of curve of a complex integration. So here is some elementary properties of complex integrations. So I will take some, there are 4 properties. So the first property is integration of C fz in plus phi of z dz. So sum of the function of integration is equals to integration of sum. That means integration over C fz dz plus integration over C phi z dz. This is the first property of complex integration. The next we'll talk about the second property. So integration over C fz dz is equal to minus of integration of minus C fz dz. This is the second property. So where minus C indicate the curve C traverse in the opposite direction. The next we are going to the third property, integration over C k into f of z dz, where k be any constant function. So integration over C k into f of z dz, and it can be written as k into integration over C fz dz. So that we are going to talk about the fourth property. Integration over C fz dz is equals to integration over C1 f of z dz plus integration over C2 fz dz, where C1 and C2 are two paths of C. So that I will take some example on complex integration of computation. So here is the example. Integration I to 2 minus I 3xy plus I y square dz. The value of evaluate this integral value. So there are two paths. So first one is along the straight line joining z is equal to I and z is equal to 2 minus I, and the second path is the curve, and this curve is x is equal to 2t minus 2 and y is equal to 1 plus t minus t square. So here t is the parameter of the curve. Here t is the parameter of the second curve. Okay, now we are going to find the integral value of this, the given integration along the straight line z is equal to I and z is equal to 2 minus I. So at first we are going to find the straight line which passes through the point z is equal to I and z is equal to 2 minus I. So at the point z is equal to I, so this is actually the point on the orthogonal plane, and the Cartesian coordinate is 0, 1, and similarly at z is equal to 2 minus 1, this point is like 2, minus I. These 2 points are on the orthogonal plane, So the straight line which passes through the point 0, 1 and 2, minus 1 is actually y minus 1. This is the equation of a straight line which passes through the point is 2 points. Okay. So 1 minus 1 by x minus 0 is equal to 1 plus 1 by 0 minus 2, and after that we will get x is equal to minus 1 plus 1. So now if we put y is equal to t in this equation, we will get x is equal to minus t plus 1. So x is equal to minus t plus 1 and y is equal to t is the parametric equation of the straight line. X is equal to minus y plus t. So now we apply this parametric equation, we will get the value of this integration. So okay, so therefore integration of I to 2 minus I 3xy plus I y square dz, and it will be integration of I to 2 minus I, when we put dz is equal to dx plus I dy, and this integration will be changed and it will be integration I to 2 minus I 3xy plus I y square into dx plus I into dy. So dz is the differentiation, and where x is equal, z is equal to x plus I y, so that means after differentiation we will get dx plus I into dy. Okay, so now we put x is equal to the parametric form, x is equal to minus t plus 1 and y is equal to t. So this integration will be changed, as well as the lower limit and upper limit will be changed. Z is equal to I, we will get x is equal to 0, and y is equal to 1, that means t is equal to 1. So the lower limit is plus 1, and similarly at the point z is equal to 2 minus I, we'll get t is equal to minus 1. So this is the limiting value, plus 1 and minus 1. So after simplifying this integration, we will get the value of this integration, and after that if we put the lower limit and upper limit of the integration, we will get minus 4 by 3 plus I into 8 by 3. This is the integral value of the integration I to 2 minus I 3xy plus I y square dz along the straight line joining the point z is equal to I and z is equal to 2 minus I. Okay, next we are going to find the second integral value when the curve is actually x is equal to 2t minus 2 and y is equal to 1 plus t minus t square. So let's start. So the point I is the lower bound or lower limit, and 2 minus I is the upper limit of the integration. So on the curve x is equal to 2t minus 2 and y is equal to 1 plus t minus t square, we'll get the lower limit is plus 1 and the upper limit is plus 2 respectively. So therefore integration I to 2 minus I 3xy plus iy square dz, and this is equals to integration over I to 2 minus I 3xy plus iy square into dz equals to dx plus I into dy. Okay, now we put x is equal to this parametric form, x is equal to 2t minus 2 and y is equal to 1 plus t minus t square, will get, and the limiting value upper limit is 2 and the lower limit is 1. So after that we will get two integrations. The first integration is integration 1 to 2 minus 13 plus 29 t square minus 12 t cube minus 5 t to the power 4. Okay, after simplifying this integration we will get two integration. Okay, so this integration is actually the real part and this one is the imaginary part of this integration. So after integration we will get the value, and the value is actually minus 1/3 79 by 30 into 1. So this is actually the value of the integration when the curve is actually x is equal to 2t minus 2 and y is equal to 1 plus t minus t square. Next we are going to talk about the second example on curve representation of integration. So here is the example. So integration of c z bar dz from z is equal to 0 to z is equal to 4 plus 2i along the curve c is given by first one is the straight line joining the point z is equal to 0 to z is equal to 4 plus 2i, and the second one is the straight line also from z is equal to 0 to z is equal to 2i, and the straight line from z is equal to 2i to z is equal to 4 plus 2i. Look at the figure here. The origin is at point 0, 0, and this is actually 4, 2, and this one is a 2, 0, 2. Okay, so okay, first of all we will take a straight line which are joining the point z is equal to 0 and to z is equal to 4 plus 4i, and it will be y minus 0 by y x minus 0 is equal to 2 minus 0 by 4 minus 0. So after simplifying it will be x is equal to 2y. So the equation straight line, this is the equation of a straight line and which is passes through the point z is equal to 0 and z is equal to 4 plus 2. Straight line, the parametric form is x is equal to 2t and y is equal to t. So integration of c z bar dz is equal to integration of OA along this straight line will get x minus iy. So z bar is equal to x minus iy into dx plus I dy. So if we put x is equal to 2t and y is equal to t, and the limiting as well as the limiting value will be changed. So the lower limit is 0 and the upper limit is 2. So after calculation, we will get 2 plus I into 0 to 2, 2t minus I into t into dt. So from this we will get 2 plus I into 4 minus 2i. So at z is equal to 0, the t is equal to 1, and at the point z is equal to 2, 4 plus 2i, we will get t is equal to 2. That is, the lower limit is 1 and the upper limit is 2 for this integration. Okay, now we are going to the second part of this integration. So the second part is here, the straight line which from z is equal to 0 to z is equal to 2i, that means this one, z is equal to 0 to, that is OB, and the straight line from z is equal to 2i to z is equal to 4 plus 2i. So the second integration is basically, there are two paths. So the first path is 0 to a b, and the second path is b to a. So here is the solution of the second part of the integration. So according to our question, so closed integration C, the integration over C, z bar dz is equal to integration over OB. So there are two parts of this integration. The first part where the integration along the path OB, and the second part is integration along the path BA. So integration over C z bar dz is equal to integration of OB x minus iy into dx plus idy, and the second part is integration over AB. This is not OB, this is actually AB, x minus iy into dx plus idy. So on OB we will get x is equal to 0. So only y is variable. Okay, look at the figure. So here x is fixed, that is x is 0 and y is changed. So the lower limit of y is equal to 0 and the upper limit is 1, 2. So y will be changed and y is lies in 0 to 2. In the second case, here y is fixed. So y is equal to 2, but x will be changed and x is lies from 0 to 4. Okay, so on the straight line OB, we'll take x is equal to 0. So here x is constant and y is varies from 0 to 2. So that means dx is 0. The derivative with respect to x is 0. And on the line BA, where y is constant and x is varies from 0 to 4. So therefore dy is constant is 0. So derivative of y is 0. In the second case, that is on the on the straight line BA, where dy is 0, and on the straight line OB, where dx is 0. So therefore this integration reduced to integration over C z bar dz. So here y is varies from 0 to 2. So 0 to 2, integration over 0 to 2, 0 minus y into I. So value of x is 0. So 0 minus y into I into 0. So dx is equal to 0 plus I into dy. This is the first integration. And similar thing will happen in the second integration. So here x is equal to, x is varies from 0 to 4 and y is fixed, and that's why dy is 0. So in that case, the integration is over 0 to 4 x minus 2i into, so where I is equal to where y is equal to 2, that is x minus 2i into dx plus I into 0. This is actually the second integration. So from the first integration we will get integration over 0 to 2 y into dy, and from the second integration, and it will be 0 to 4 x minus 2i. After simplifying we will get this one, x minus 2i into dx. So integration over y dy is equal to y square by 2, and after putting the lower and upper limit we will get 2. And similar thing will happen in the second integration, when the integration of x is equal to x square by 2 and integration of 2i is equal to 2xi by 2xi and where the upper limit is 4 and lower limit is 2. So after simplifying, we will get 10 minus 8i. So now we are going to talk about the third example of curve representation of complex integration. So here is the example. Evaluate integration over 0 to 1 plus I x square minus I by dz along the straight line y is equal to x. Now we are going to start with the solution. So along any straight line y is equal to x, we will get dy is equal to dx. So apart from this, we are going to find the value of dz. So dz is also, you know, dz is equal to dx plus I into dy. So where dy and dx are equal, so from that we will get 1 plus I into dx, and here z is equal to x plus iy. So similar thing will happen in that in this case. So here z is equal to x plus iy and x is equal to y. So the z is actually equals to x into 1 minus I. So now we will put z is equal to 0. In that case, we will get x is equal to 0. And when we put z is equal to 1 plus I, this is actually the limit, lower limit and the upper limit of this integration. So when we put z is equal to 0, and this implies x is equal to 0. And when we put z is equal to 1 plus I, will take x is equal to 1 respectively. Okay, therefore the given integral is integration 0 to 1 plus I x square minus I y dz, and this is equals to 0 to 1 x square minus I x. Okay, where you know y is equal to x and dz is equal to x into 1 plus I into dx. So after that we will find 1 minus I into integration over 0 to 1 x square dx. Okay, so this integration separately we can write this 1 minus I into 0 to 1 x square dx minus I into 0 to 1 x dx. So integration of x square is equal to, you know, x to the power 3 by 3, and integration of x is x square by 2. So now putting x is equal to 1, that is the upper limit, and at first we will get, and then we will put x is equal to 0 as a lower limit. We will get 5 minus 6 I by 6. This is the integral value of this integration along the path or the straight line y is equal to x. Okay, after that we are going to take one more example on curve representation. So integration over c 1 by z minus alpha dz, where c is the circle whose equation is modulus of z minus alpha is equal to rho. So here alpha is the center of the circle and rho is the radius of the circle. So on the circle, modulus of z minus alpha is equal to rho. If theta be the amplitude of z minus alpha, then from this we will get the parametric form of the circle, and this is the parametric form. So z minus alpha, or the polar form of the circle, this is actually. So z minus alpha is equal to rho into cos theta plus I sin theta. That means rho into e to the power I theta, where rho is the radius and theta is the amplitude of the circle. So this implies z is equal to alpha plus rho into I into theta, and theta is varies from 0 to 2 pi. So this actually the circle. So you know, any circle where the beginning and end point are equal, so the theta is varies from 0 to 2 pi. Okay, so therefore now we differentiate this, we will get dz is equal to rho into I, and alpha is the fixed point, so derivative of alpha is 0. So dz is equal to rho into I into e to the power I theta into d theta. Okay, and theta is the variable point, I is constant. So now we put z minus alpha and dz in that equation. So 1 by z minus alpha, and z minus alpha is equal to rho into e to the power I theta, and dz is equal to rho I to the power I theta dz. So rho I to the power I theta into d theta. So after cancelling the term rho and I theta from numerator and denominator, we will get I into 0 to 2 pi into d theta. So the integral value of this integration, definite integration 0 to 2 pi d theta is equal to 2 pi I. Okay, so I will stop my lecture, today's lecture. Thank you.